Hello Targar friends. Hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha here, and it's time for another Orc Mode workout. Today was Max Effort Deadlift Day, and just a quick reminder for those of you who watch these videos, please remember to click like down below, help keep the likes higher than the dislikes. Yes, we're going to start pulling heavy sumo again. Some people will say, well, why? You got really strong at conventional. Because the fact of the matter is, sumo is slightly easier to recover from. Sumo carries over to conventional. You guys need to remember, I built over a 600-pound conventional deadlift without doing really any conventional deadlifts. Right? I did some deficits in chain work right before, but I had already built the strength to pull 600. We just squeezed out another 10-15 pounds of strength from doing some of that, but a lot of that was built off the supplemental work. We built the strength back up doing box squats, doing sumo pulls, doing sumo speed pulls. Right? That's how we built it. So we're back to how we built that base. Right? We're back to how we built that base with the squat and the deadlift that I did. We're going to go back through all the basics that we did before last year, do them better this time. Take new things that I've learned with it, how my body responds, keep moving forward. And yes, while I'm doing this cut and I'm a week into it, I don't really think I look any leaner yet, but you know, it'll take time. I'm not worried about it because I'm tracking everything and I know I'll lose the body fat. So I'll trim down a bit here, drop about 15 pounds of fluff, and then we'll assess from there. So back over to the pulls. All right, we pulled that 575 off the 1-inch block. I went for 605, and I was 50-50 that I would even get this, but I dug in hard, got a hold of it, pulled, grinded, strained, and I don't care that I missed it. Do you know why? Because I broke it off the floor. And I strained, and I did my grinding, and didn't get it. You know what? We keep training, we keep moving forward. And next time I do a sumo pull, I'll hit a PR. Hit a bigger PR. One thing I decided though, once I started doing good mornings, I noticed the glute ham raises right now, particularly when I'm in a calorie deficit, they are really leaving my hamstrings crampy. I'm going to have to cut them out for just a bit. And I feel like I can put my focus on good mornings and reverse hypers for my hamstrings, especially with all the speed pulls and speed boxes I'm doing. My hamstrings are getting a ton of work. Yes, one head of the hamstring isn't getting maximum development, but I feel like my overall hamstring development is. And I've just noticed it, especially after sumo pulling, my hamstrings really get lit up. And then doing the good mornings, it's a lot also. So I just want to focus on the things that are going to give me the most bang for my buck and not leave my hamstrings so bad that they're cramping. Because when I push the reverse hypers really hard, afterwards, my hamstrings cramp so bad that I can't function and get stuff done. It's hard to even sit at my desk and do the voiceovers. It's difficult to even function at that point. So I'm probably have the volume a little excessive. So I feel like after like a max pull, just 6 sets with working on progressive overload here, I'm going to keep slowly bringing the weight up on this. So today I did 6 sets of the good mornings. I was only able to do 4 sets on speed day because of all the squatting and pulling, but I did 6 sets today. It's a lot of hamstring work. Then 5 sets of reverse hypers that were pretty much limit sets on top of it. That's 11 sets for hamstrings. That's a lot, considering I'm going to hit them again later in the week. And then we do restoration work on the reverse hyper. This is plenty of work, guys. I feel like this is enough, and I'm really hitting my weak spots. My hamstrings are getting a lot of stimulation with all this. And as much as I might say the glute ham raise is possibly the best hamstring exercise, if I only needed more hamstring, I would be jumping on it and replacing some of this other stuff. I need a lot of T-spine, right? I need glute. I need all this other stuff. I need these things to grow. So I'm going to stick with the tools that are going to hit everything and just kind of set the glute ham raises to the side for just a bit and focus on the things that I need the most so I can put the most training volume into them without my hamstrings just being so destroyed that I can't function. Because again, not even counting the max pull, this is 11 hard sets for hammies and 11 hard sets for my erectors. So again, we focus on what we need to bring the deadlift up and the squat. The squat's just kind of along for the ride. Squat's along for the ride. Technically, I ran the numbers though, and according to like the USPA, my squat is technically not quite elite yet. My deadlift is elite. And anyone can feel free to check the math of what they've seen me pull this year. my 615, that's 275 kilos. That is for the 220 Masters 1. They classify that as elite. So I'll take it. We got to get that squat up, but the squat's kind of along for the ride. I feel like right now, as long as I keep focusing on the technique for the squat of just learning to squat wider, we're covered there. I have enough quad, so all the muscles that we use to bring the deadlift up, which all this supplemental work is hitting, along with all the speed work, and the speed work will get me out wider and wider. As long as I can learn to squat wider and wider, my squat will go up because we're then building the muscles that contribute further and further as I bring the stance out. So I feel like that 552 squat, which is a 250 kilo, that I did with shoulder width stance back in January, I feel like we can improve that just by doing that. That's all I really need to do for it. It's kind of along for the ride with the deadlift muscles. But the main thing is, again, getting all the back stronger so that I can stay upright. Because if I can keep it upright with that wider stance, without good morninging that squat, I'm good. I'm good. So we just focus on the T-spine, all the back, mid-back, glutes, hamstring, hips, all this stuff that we're hitting now. Get it all growing. Then I did 6 sets of rows. And here's the beauty of it. That's why I decided to throw in some hammer curls at the end here. See, people would say, why are you doing these hammer curls? You did them yesterday. Yeah, but they seem to be increasing my rowing. All my rowing strength is going up since I've started adding hammer curls in. Now, it could be that my biceps and brachialis and stuff are a weak link in my rowing. And if that's the case, all those hammer curls at the end are increasing the work capacity of my arms. And if that makes my rows stronger, my deadlift gets stronger. And we build better support musculature for the bench press and all this stuff because I'm doing both the pin lays and then the inverted rows. Well, they're both going up. So I need to continue that. I need to make sure that my biceps are not a weak link in my rowing so that we can keep my back, rear delts, mid traps, all that stuff growing. But these I'm noticing, because I'm going a lot heavier with the axle bar, I have to re-grip each rep. I have to full reset and make sure I have the bar gripped. None of this touch and go stuff. That's the only way I can get these. But the grip training is phenomenal. The extra grip training here is phenomenal. This is going to help my grip tremendously to go ahead and just go heavy sets of 10 and have to reset every single rep. Again, it'll keep my back growing because I'm not worried about the real high reps on these. I'm getting the high reps from the inverted rows. Getting the high reps from the inverted rows. This is just going to be about grip strength, building all the muscles for my deadlift, the support musculature. So again, we're fine here. It's fine for me to drop down to 10s. And 6 sets of 10s that are basically limit sets, good to go. And again, so much grip training. This is going to continue to work wonders for my grip. But notice my grip held on, right? Even that missed sumo deadlift, grip was not even close to being an issue. And as I've said, the grip specialization is going to have to continue until I can pull 700 pounds in my hands. Now, does that mean I'm necessarily going to get a 700-pound deadlift? No, my goal is 650 this year. I've already hit 615. We want to get 650, and I don't care whether it's sumo or conventional. A deadlift is a deadlift. Whatever I'm strongest at, that's what we count. Okay, doesn't matter. They're all meat legal. Deadlift's a deadlift. I train everything. I end up training like 12 different types of deadlifts by the time we're done. Just get strong. That's the orc mode way. That's the conjugate way. We just get all around strong and thicken up all your weak links. And you can see right there, arms are still a weak link. Triceps more than anything, but we're in a tricep specialization phase too. Doesn't matter if I'm cutting right now. We still make gains. Okay, the gains have to continue year round. That's why I cut slow. I'm also not going to cut super lean. Not a problem. We can continue to make progress. I have enough body fat to make gains while cutting. They're going to be slow, but we'll make them. All right, we'll make the gains. So the triceps have got to come up tremendously, but obviously biceps will help too, just in terms of my rowing strength. And you can see here I'm getting very fatigued at this point. This last set was hard because I'm not used to trying to do a 6 set, especially with limit weight. So I'm getting a little sloppy there, but I'm not going to strip weight off and try to get to smaller plates and rip the 25 down. No point in that. And for those curious, this is 190. It's 190 pounds because that's a 30-pound bar. But after that, we went to our reverse hypers. These are hard today. I'm sticking with the same weight the last couple workouts because this is so difficult. And I know I've got to keep working it up. But doing sets of 25 with this, the 5th set, I didn't think I was going to make it. I legitimately thought on the 5th set, when I got to about rep 10, I'm like, I'm not going to make it to 20. I did, but again, this just crushes my erectors, my glutes, my hamstrings, and they all feel different. It's a completely different feeling in each muscle, and that's what's so unique with this device. I feel like I've pushed all 3 of those muscles to their limit, but they all feel different. It's a different sensation. The hamstrings is this dull ache down near the knee on the inside, right? That head is just aching and it hurts after doing these. My glutes get a pump. And then my low back has this tingling feeling now, but as I'm doing these, it almost cramps, right? It almost cramps. Doesn't quite, but almost does. You guys know, the gear guys know what I'm talking about. You guys eat a 50 milligram D-bowl, and then that cramp you start to get in the low back, I almost feel that. It's not quite as intense as what you guys get from using orals. Because I used my share back in the day. When I was younger. But the thing is, it's a similar feeling to that, but not as intense, if that makes sense. Not as intense, because you'll get that doing curls. So those guys know what I'm talking about right now. It's like a lot of you guys who you took, what's that stuff called? Isotory had BioGrow, they were complaining of the low back pumps. That's because they were spiking it with something. And we all know what they were spiking it with. Everyone who looked at it knows. And I'm not going to go into that and make accusations of specifics and cause myself legal issues. But that side effect you guys are all getting from it, that was from one of the orals they were putting in it. You're not natural anymore, by the way. So if you took BioGrow and you got the low back pumps, you're 100% not natty anymore. You cashed in your natty card. Congratulations, you joined the dark side. Stop buying stupid supplements. Right? I promise you, if you've used 10 different supplements for muscle building in your life, at some point you've gotten an illegal anabolic. It's like statistically just unlikely that you're natural. Just deal with it. Stop buying the stuff if you don't want gear spiked in it. So, back over to this. It's this intense pump, almost to where I feel like I almost can't walk for about 30 seconds after each set. But I got it, and these were hard. And it's like, I know I need to put another 10 pounds on here. And it seems like such a small amount when you got 350, but usually by the last couple sets, I'm just so lit up. I'm like, man, if I put more on there, can I even complete the sets? But they're going to make me strong, though. And every coach who uses this has agreed with me on this. They've told me it is. Guys at Clint Darton have told me what I need to hit on this. I'm going to hit it. I'm going to get to that goal. Okay, I'm going to get to that goal. I'm going to get to 425 or 5 sets of 25 on here. It seems so far off. People are like, it's only another 75 pounds. I'm like, you guys, this stuff is hard with this much weight. And a lot of people who use this with lightweight, they're like, well, it's not hard. It feels great. Because you're doing it with 150 pounds. You start hitting 300 plus for sets of 25. And this thing is such a different beast. It no longer feels that nice restoration. It just beats you up. But you recover from it. That's the other beauty. It's not like you get sore. You know, once you've settled down from it and you're no longer just feeling just all the cramping and the pump and everything, then it feels really good a couple hours later. But it makes you almost want to sleep. It's like, oh my God. And I guess it's just because of the traction it puts on the low back. But yeah, again, this is going to be one of my secret weapons. And I feel like I don't really need the glute ham raises at the moment because this hits my hamstrings and back so hard. And so do the good mornings. My deadlifts are just going to keep coming up. As long as I focus on those things, rows, grip, everything, we're going to be good. And then I did some hammer curls. I just did 3 sets to failure. Yeah, you guys, these things will let you guys kind of track my fat loss because there you guys can see it at the highest body fat I've been at in a year. Right? That's where we're at. Okay? And then we'll trim some fat down. Then everyone will say, oh, he lost fat. So nice. They forget that I've done it a few times. I think people forget that I've been 190 pounds before on this channel. But, you know, I digress. We'll drop 15 and then assess. But I'm just kind of letting it all show there so that people, because it'll look good later when I finish doing some cutting. I'm not worried about it. Plus the loose skin. And I do appreciate the guys who have a lot of loose skin saying, actually, theirs is worse than mine. I appreciate that, guys. That's appreciated. But you know what? We're all in this together. And what I would say to those guys, you know what? So what? Your loose skin's twice as bad as mine. We've all lost 100 plus pounds of fat. It's your battle scars. You know what? Don't worry about it. is better than having that fat, isn't it? Do you rather have that extra 150 pounds of fat? Hell no. You know what? Loose skin's not going to kill you. It's not going to give you heart disease, diabetes. Better to have that than the fat, brother. But a good workout. Really happy with the lifting today. So I hope it has been informative, and I will talk to you guys next time.